Hi, my name is Ann Gareis and I am an extreme gardener, but my memory is not extremely great and sometimes I forget when I'm growing in the garden because I have so many plants, and if it's something new and unfamiliar to me, the name may not stick in my head. So I've decided to make tags so that I can identify my herbs here. And for this project, we are going to need a few items from the craft store and from our local home improvement store. These pre-cut wooden shapes you can find at the craft store. I've chosen the oval shape because it gives me a good long writing surface. You're going to need some dowels. 7/16 in width is a good size for this project. They come pre-cut to about 10 inches like this, or if you can't find them, just get a larger dowel and cut it with a saw. For pots, this size is very good. If you're going to put something in the ground, go with something bigger because it brings it more up to eye level, makes it easier to read. You're going to need some latex exterior paint in a color that you love, some wipe-on polyurethane, a product called plastic dip, some hanger tape, galvanized steel. You can get this in the plumbing section of your home improvement store. Some small panhead screws with a pointed tip, and some tin snips. And if you don't have tools on hand, you know that you can borrow them from a friend who's handy, or there are places in Buffalo where you can actually borrow tools free of charge, and you can find that information on buffaloniagaragardening.com. All right, so we're ready to get started here. The first thing we're going to do is take our galvanized steel hanger tape, and you see it comes with holes in it, which is exactly what we want. So we want a piece that has 3 holes, so we're going to take the tin snips and cut between. And that gives us the little piece that we're going to use to attach the dowel to our shape. So I'm going to put the dowel in place the tape over it, and then take one of the screws and drill it into place. I'm not going to drill down all the way for the first screw. We're not going to tighten them down until we get it placed the way we want it. Oops. Okay, take the next screw. Make sure that we've got the dowel straight. And screw that in. And then go ahead and tighten down this first screw. Okay, we are well on our way to having a garden tag. The next step is to paint it thoroughly, and you're going to want to make sure that you push the paint in there really good. I've got one here that I've already painted. And you want to do that so that you're protecting the wood as best you can. This is going to take about 2 coats. Let it dry thoroughly between each coat. And the best, easiest way I've found to let this dry is to fill a small container with sand and then just push it right down into the sand. Okay, so once your 2 coats have dried thoroughly, it's now time to write on our garden tag. I'm going to take the Sharpie in the nice contrasting color. Make sure our surface doesn't have anything on it. And then just write the name of the plant. Like so. Let that dry for a few minutes. The next step is to protect this from weathering with some wipe-on polyurethane. And if you're not familiar with this, it is one of man's most wonderful inventions to date. It is so easy to use. You don't have to use a brush. All you have to do is soak a rag with it, and then you can wipe it right on here. And again, make sure that you're getting it underneath as best you can where it's attached. You just want to protect it from weathering so that these last a good long time. And notice that we're only going down 2/3 of the way. That's fine because we're going to dip the end in this stuff because this is going to go in the soil, and we want to make sure that it's protected from the soil so that it doesn't rot the wood, and that's what this is going to accomplish. So get ready to do the polyurethane. Make sure you wear a glove because you don't want this on your skin. We're going to thoroughly soak it. And then just start wiping it on. Do a couple coats of this. Make sure, again, that you let it dry thoroughly between coats. Okay, so we have allowed our tag to thoroughly dry. We have 2 coats of paint, 2 coats of wipe-on polyurethane. Now we're ready to dip the bottom part of the dowel in this wonderful stuff called plastic dip. And what this is going to do is create a plastic coating on the bottom so that the soil, the moisture from the soil doesn't rot out the wood, and our tags are going to last a good long time. So it's important to read the directions on this. We need to gently stir between each use. And we're going to start dipping an inch at a time and wait 5 seconds before continuing. 1. Another 1. 1. And with this stuff also, well ventilated area. This has some pretty intense fumes as well. And our final dip. Then we have to withdraw it at the same rate. So we'll take it out an inch at a time. Slowly count to 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And there we go. And I'm just going to set the tag down like this so that that can dry. And this is going to take, I would say, approximately 24 hours to dry thoroughly. And once it's dry, you will have a very nice garden tag, and you're ready to go ahead and put it in the dirt.